Hello and welcome on 360 Sport on Trust TV. I'm Adeni G. Shafe. It seems Guinea-Bissau really becoming a thorn in the flesh of Super Eagles right now because they won their game against Sao Tome and Principe in the game they played just yesterday to top the group. That's for AFCON Qualifier. Well, we'll be looking at that story and more on the show 360 Sport, where we give you details in the world of sports. I have in the studio with me Amos Atindi. Good to have you, Amos.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Okay, let's run through some story. Let's start with cricket. Our ladies right now, they are in Rwanda, precisely in Kigali, where they are fighting for honors in the Kwibuka T20 cricket competition taking place there. But right now, they actually played well in the first game, winning against Kenya, and the second game they lost against Rwanda. Right now, they've done well, winning 3 out of all the games they've played so far, although they've met Kenya twice, and they defeated Kenya, trying to take back their particular loss to Kenya when Nigeria met them at the Under-19 in Abuja. But right now, our ladies, Nigeria beat Kenya again, suffers defeat to Rwanda. Despite winning Kenya the second time in the competition, Rwanda seems to be the host to win because they were able to defeat us, alongside Uganda also doing so a couple of days ago in this particular competition. Talking about cricket, our ladies are there in Kigali to fight for honors as they try to see how they can do well there. Rwanda defeated Nigeria by 9 wickets after Nigeria got for the 210 in that 15.2 overs, as Rwanda also got for the 3.1, 9.5 overs in that game. Well, congrats to Rwanda. Also for Nigeria, congrats to them. No one actually saw that coming, for the fact that our ladies have been able to do well in this competition, winning 3 out of the 5 games they've played so far. Hopefully, they can pick up the pieces after the loss to Rwanda and also do well in that particular encounter there. Well, from there, let's talk about the NNL. That is the football. We look at the NNL group result. Games were actually completed yesterday in the Nigerian National League. Well, Group B result. Looking at that particular result right now, you have Sporting Lagos defeating Smart City by 4 goals to 0, and Gateway United won against Crown FC of Ogbomoso there. Ijebu United 3, Joy Comet 1. Sporting Lagos are through to the Super 8 playoffs because they were able to win that game 4-0 against Smart City. Smart City were not smart enough as they lost out by 4 goals to 0 in that encounter. Now, looking at the teams that so far qualified for the Super 8, complete set of 8 teams right now. You have AFCC of Abuja, Katsina United, Kano Pillars, DMD FC, FC1 Rocket, Abeokuta Stormers, Heartland FC, Sporting Lagos, we just joined them completely yesterday. Well, 4 teams will gain promotion to the MPFL next season after these 8 teams will be meeting in this NNL, that is Nigerian National League Super 8 playoff. That will be coming up very soon. That's a good one up there. Looking at those teams now, 8 of them battle ready to fight for honors. Well, Katsina United, Kano Pillars, Heartland FC, those are big boys in this group, and let's see what happens if they're able to scale through. After all, only 4 will qualify for next season. That MPFL will now change to Nigerian Premier League. Amos, looking at those that particular, let's start from the football side. NNL. The NNL right now, they have complete 8 teams confirmed, and the 8 teams will be fighting for honors for the Super 8. 4 will actually have to qualify, while 4 will still remain in the NNL. But right now, it seems the likes of Kano Pillars, Katsina United and Heartland, they want to quickly go back to the MPL.
Yeah, actually, looking at the group and the games to be played and with the kind of experience these teams have, it is very, very expedient that Kano Pillars, Katsina United and Heartland FC will go back to the MPFL. And of course, looking at the team in Lagos, Sporting Lagos, they are actually doing well, and I think they are the newcomers, and any other one can join them. But Sporting Lagos, I am assuring you that they will make it to the MPFL. Despite
being one of the newest teams in this particular group, well, I see also FC1 Rocket, another very strong team. DMD from Maiduguri there, they are also doing so well. Well, I think for now, as we're actually picking on Sporting Lagos will be one of the 4 that will qualify for the MPFL. We wait to see. It's going to be a big one. Let's just see what happens. But I'm looking at Katsina United, Kano Pillars, and Heartland. Those 3 teams, they got relegated to the NNL, and now they want to go back instantly. They don't want to waste time.
Actually, looking at the Kano Pillars, they are actually one of the star teams Nigerians produced. They've played continental leagues and relegating to Division 2 and actually qualifying to Super 8, we are sure that Kano Pillars will bounce back to the MPFL.
in the MPFL. Earlier on, we talked about cricket. Our ladies right now, they are in Rwanda. They won 3 games out of 5. They lost against Rwanda. They also lost against Uganda. But twice they defeated Kenya. And if you look at cricket sports, one of those sports that Kenya are known for. But right now, our ladies seems to be turning things around. This tournament is always Uganda, Rwanda, Tanzania of this world taking over. When it comes to Africa, South Africa, Zimbabwe, and Kenya. And then if you go internationally, you look at Pakistan, Bangladesh, all of them taking over, Indians. But right now, Nigerians are really thriving when it comes to cricket. I saw what happened at the under-19 in Abuja. And now the ladies are there. Out of 5 games, they won 3. That's a good one. Yeah,
actually, Team Nigeria is doing well. The yellow and the green team doing well at this year's T20 teams participating in the cricket in Rwanda. You know, actually, this game was annually named. It was actually a game played to remember the genocide in 1994. And of course, it was for Africans, and now it has been expanded to not just East Africans and all over the world. Participating teams comes into play. Nigeria, we saw them winning, and we saw the impressive performance despite losing to Rwanda. We are sure, and I'm sure that Nigeria will be, we do well subsequently as they press on to become one of the champions.
Well, Nigerian ladies there, they call them female yellow greens, just in the version of the yellow greens for men, participating over there in Kwibuka T20 cricket competition taking place in Kigali, Rwanda. Away from cricket and also football, we go back to football, but this time around, it's going to be in the state level because right now, NFF, they set up normalization committee in 2 different states in Nigeria, has to do with Nasarawa and also Akwa Ibom State. NFF set up normalization committee for Nasarawa Akwa Ibom Football Association following the issue that came out during the election that took place over there. Well, right now, let's look at those, the one for Nasarawa. Let's start with Nasarawa State Football Association Normalization Committee. Aliyu Bello is the chairman. You have Otman Bala, vice chairman. Yakubu Kwanta as member. Sule Yepu as member. Ibrahim Adamushi Gagara as member. Also, Abdullah Ibrahim Osanga as the secretary of that Nasarawa State Football Normalization Association, Normalization Committee. They are to oversee the affairs of football there, according to NFF, for the fact that NFF say, okay, due to issues concerning the election, they set up this 6 men to come together to see how they can normalize activities in Nasarawa State football.
Yeah, actually, the recent elections that produced Alkali and against Haliru, it was actually conducted in Kukuna local government area of Nasarawa State, and we saw that it was a keenly contested election. And after the election, skirmishes here and there, and for NFF to come in and say, okay, this time around we are going to set an independent normalization committee that will look into the activities of the football in Nasarawa State, I think is a good one. And then looking at the quality of people selected to actually oversee this is actually very, very interesting to know that former commissioners for youth and sports are there, and former seasoned administrators are there, like Yakubu Kwanta was the former commissioner, and of course Otman Bala was the immediate past commissioner for youth and sport. And then Ibrahim Abdullahi Osanga actually took over that and then oversee it for a while before handing over to an elective post. So this will actually bring sanity and bring Nasarawa State and then make the governing body in that state stable.
Let's see what's going to happen concerning that there. Development of football in the grassroots level. Nasarawa State, where NFF had to set up a committee to at least normalize football there. Let's look at Akwa Ibom State also, where they also set up another 6 set of Nigerians to also see into the affairs of football in Akwa Ibom State. Bonnie Young is the chairman. Salode Akpan, Vice Chairman, Ine Doho, member, Basi Ibiatusuho as member, Ferdinand Udo as member. You have John Clayton, who is the secretary also of that committee there. They are also to normalize activities in the world of football in Akwa Ibom State. The same thing that happened in Nasarawa, happening in Akwa Ibom, and they also receive petitions talking about the NFL. They have to set up this set of Nigerians to see how they can get things done by overseeing the activities of football in Akwa Ibom State.
Yes, actually, Prince Bonnie Young is the South chairman of SWAN, a seasoned sport administrator. For him to sports writer, I mean. So for him to actually give him this task, I believe he will normalize activities, and Akwa Ibom we also bounce back, and then the leadership tussle whatsoever will be normalized.
And good to let you know that Ferdinand Udo is a confirmed FIFA coach right now. Well, good one, at least looking at the fact that they set up this. Let's see how this football association will get better. After all, elections have been taking place. We've seen different chairmen emerging from different states across Nigeria, and right now they will all be coming together to see how they can better the laws of football in those states. Away from those nominational committee now, let's talk about AFCON qualifier. It's becoming a big one, as I said earlier during the beginning of the show, where Guinea-Bissau, they came to Nigeria, they defeated Super Eagles, although we actually got our own pound of flesh when we travel back. But right now, Guinea-Bissau peeped Sao Tome 1-0 to overtake Nigeria, and right now they are topping our group there, although it's Group A anyway. But to let you know that Guinea-Bissau, now, if you look at the way the table is standing, they are topping Nigeria by a point. We have 9 points now. They have 10. And we're going to be playing Sierra Leone during the weekend. Whatever, it's getting dicey now. Nobody saw this coming. Yeah. Really, it's not as if we underrate Guinea-Bissau, but looking at Nigeria, the kind of talent that we have in football, even different sports, you don't expect this to be happening. What's happening to Eagles? Why are we always scrambling to get it right? If we should play draw against Sierra Leone now, we have 1 point. If we should, I'm always trying to look at it either way. But if we win, at least we have 12 points. But if we draw, that's going to be 1 point. Then you have 10, the same point with Guinea-Bissau, and then the last match will determine. Of course, we know Sao Tome, well, their football is still a bit shaky, but really, anything can still happen. Yeah. Although they are 1 game ahead of us, but right now, what if Sierra Leone decide to be like, okay, what if we can also beat Eagles? Nobody's believed that Guinea-Bissau will come to Abuja and surprise the Super Eagles. So let's talk about this. Yeah,
actually it's a dicey game, just like you've mentioned earlier. We are seeing teams coming in this Group A to actually peep Nigeria. And of course, we were comfortable at the first position, knowing fully well that the 34th edition of AFCON in Ivory Coast, Nigeria must be there. But we've seen recent events actually being unfolded. And it's, of course, worthy of note that a point away would be okay for Nigeria to return back to the top position, owing to the fact that they have superior goal advantage. But of course, we need to win. It's a must-win game, so we cannot be doing calculations to be able to.
It doesn't sound well for Nigerian football. Look at it right now. Well, they play 5. We are here to play our own game right now, and we're facing Sierra Leone. And Sierra Leone knows that if they are able to win, they will have at least 8 points there. That will make it 5 plus 3, 8. Then we'll have 9. That is if they win. Then if we win, we're going to jump over Guinea-Bissau. We'll have 12. If we draw, we're going to have 10. Although on goal difference, I will still go to top, but this is not too good. Why is always mathematics?
No, mathematics is not good. Look at the game we are going to face on Saturday against Sierra Leone. You know what happened when Sierra Leone came back from 4-1 to 4-4 draw? Nigeria don't need to take that game for granted. Just like we've mentioned, we have an array of players in the camp now. We have Victor Osimhen and all of the top players who are doing well in their choosing endeavor. So Nigeria need a win from this game. A win, and that's all.
A win. Now, looking at the results of matches or games played just yesterday, South Sudan against the Gambia 3-2. You can see that. The Gambia defeating South Sudan 3-2. That's a game they play in Juba. And you have Sao Tome and Principe. They lost against Guinea-Bissau. We actually talked about that in Group A, and in Group D, Egypt. They are the first team to qualify right now. They've done it. That's a team that wants to do business. They've done it right now. 2-1 against Guinea. They won that game away. And right now, at least congrats to Egypt for defeating Guinea. For right now, they've qualified. And we are still hoping that we are able to. If we are able to beat Sierra Leone, then at least there is hope. Big one.
Big hope, actually. That is what we are looking at. And then I believe Nigerian high spirits, we also, if you need in the camp, cheering them up, I know it would be nice and it would be good for Nigerians to see their team qualify in flying colors in the Ivory Coast 34th edition of AFCON.
Well, looking at the fact that AFCON is relayed by the corner, that should be in Côte d'Ivoire in 2024, though it should be carrying 2023 anyway. But right now, we have the full house. Let's look at necessarily the full house of Super Eagles right now in Lagos at Mobolaji Johnson Arena over there at Onikon, Lagos, and they are all ready. Well, the Super Eagles, they have full house as the last player, Bright Osayi Samuel, have actually joined the team from Turkey. Right now, as we look at it, the Eagles are battle ready, they are prepared for Sierra Leone. But this is not a matter of talk. It's about action.
Action.
This, you can see this particular game. That was when Nigeria hosted Guinea-Bissau in Abuja. It ended abysmally. It didn't end well. We're not happy for the fact that Eagles underrated Guinea-Bissau. They started so well. It was so obvious that they were going to win with wide margin. But it didn't happen. They went to sleep after like 10-15 minutes. They dominated the game. Then they went to sleep before Guinea-Bissau actually stung them there. So looking at Nigeria now, or the Super Eagles now, full house in Lagos. Do you think we have what it takes? Because that act of bigmanism, let me coin that in English, should be over. Super Eagles should know that being picked as a player to represent us, it's not that you have one right. They're just giving that privilege to at least participate.
Yes, actually, it's supposed to be like playing to win and playing as a team to actually give glory to Nigeria and as a player. And I know very well that some players, big players who are coming from big teams, are supposed to work hand in hand with. These are local players, and some who are playing not just big teams, but actually striving to become bigger in whatever they are doing. So it's left for the team to actually look at the indices around, the metrics, and actually play to win and not just for the glory. Some people play big boys kind of game. Let's keep that aside and then play like the Nigeria we know of yesterday.
Now, looking at this, because it's becoming a norm now that Super Eagles play a bit like Adesical. They play as if, come on, it's not Nigeria. I don't know where that mentality is coming up. We've lost it for a very long time. I think the last time we've ever shown a lot of commitment talking about Super Eagles, we've been struggling. After 1996, maybe I can pick out 2013 when we won the Nations Cup. But our football has been zigzag, no particular pattern, no that winning mentality, that okay, that fear factor, this is Nigeria and you are even afraid to play them. It's no longer there. This is Guinea-Bissau. We saw what happened, right? And now we are facing Sierra Leone, and you saw what they did when they, I still remember that 4-1, they came and equalized and make it 4-4. And
Nigeria went there with a lone and the barren 0-0 draw. The Sierra Leone team is not a team to, it's a hard nut to crack. But we as Nigerians, the array of players we have, if we can harness the best of the resources we have around, we can be able to conquer and even more. So I believe Nigeria, and the spirit of Nigeria is telling me that we'll take correction from the Guinea-Bissau match and actually do well.
Taking that particular spirit of Nigeria there, but I think it has to do with the players' mentality. They just have to drop it. If Messi, Ronaldo, Cristiano, De Bruyne, Lukaku, all these guys that are world-class, right now, let's put Osimhen there as a world-class striker, world-class player. I still don't know why Super Eagles players, despite what they play with their clubs, whenever they don the color of green, white, green, yes, we know they may not get their money as at when due, they may not do this, they may not do that, but the same, most of these countries too don't have it so easy in one way or the other, but those players still want to, because they know that this is my country. Despite the way they attack Lionel Messi before the World Cup, if you remember, when he has not been able to win it and all that, Argentina fans, they were always on his neck, as if, in fact, there was a time, you remember, he actually quitted the team before he came back. Look at Ronaldo. Look at all of them. Yet they still want to play. Anytime they don the color of their national team, they want to go there and do the business. But our own Eagles is a different ball game. It's always like, come on, we know what. You see it in their body.
Yes. Actually, some analysts ascribe that to late camping and not being able to come.
Does that have to do with camping or mindset?
Yo, the mindset.
They should remember.
Yeah.
Do you know that there are some home-based players? Let me just tell. If things are done, there are some home-based players that are better than some Super Eagles stars. Of
course. If you can see the way
they are playing in Nigeria, but they are yet to be discovered.
Yeah, if you see the way it will be played on that Guinea-Bissau match, you can see the mistake that Iwobi was making on the pitch. Even the list of the league matches in the MPFL players cannot make that kind of mistake. So just like you said, the mindset should just be that we are going to win, and then the green, white, green color should actually be the driving force to playing good games and then winning for Nigeria.
Because I remember in this game, Bright Osayi Samuel, the one that played for Fenerbahce, outstanding player. He was outstanding that day. And then Victor Osimhen, who was at the front calling for this and that, trying to at least get the spirit of the team up. But you look at our team, it's all, I still remember the day we played Ghana. At the front was Osimhen, fighting, running around as if it was everywhere. And then you look at which other player can you think of? You understand? Where they were even panting. So, it's time that the Eagles will see this is an opportunity to launch themselves back to the happiness that they will give Nigeria, because a lot of Nigerians are not really happy with them. Let's just tell ourselves the truth. The way they play, yes, it's their club. That's where they are getting paid every week in, week out. But really, Super Eagles needs to change their mentality. That come on, let's go back to those days when mentioning Nigeria against your team, you are afraid.
Of course, and that is the expectation of more than 2 million Nigerians and Nigerian fans, and of course, countries who are supporting Nigeria in the field of football. So we need to actually come together as the player. It's an appeal to them to actually look at the motherland and then play with the whole of their might and their strength. Look at Chukwueze, look at Victor Osimhen, Iwobi, and the rest of good players who are there to give our color an honor that we deserve. So it's an appeal to the football team to actually go there and go for glory.
I think the best way to do this, if it's possible, you know, this particular squad now, we had only 4 home-based players invited. I think it's high time we begin to let Super Eagles be an open camp, fight for the shirt, the way it used to be. I remember during Westerhof's time, you come and fight for shirt. If you are good enough, they pick you. Yes, we know that issue of Godfatherism might come in, but it should not be as confirmed as it is now, or as bogus as it is, or big. But right now, we can make it open. Go out there. You'll be surprised if they open the camp. Some of these players might not actually make the cut. Forget about the fact that they are playing in Europe. So there are some hungry players who actually give them a good run for their money, because they know that, okay, we want to play Sierra Leone. These players, we are playing in Monrovia now. These players need, Sierra Leone need a team that will give them serious disturbance. That will not allow them to rest, because these Super Eagles, they will get there the next thing. I don't know where that spirit is coming from. But we need players that will be like, I'm ready to die here. Let's go there. And the Sierra Leone, the Leone Stars won't find it easy to play them, because they will be like, we know Osimhen, we know Moses Simon, but who are these players? They are new players. By the time you only garnish them with maybe 4 or 5 professionals, and the rest are home base or no Nigerian that applied their trade, but who actually did well, you'll be surprised what will happen. Most things will be like, who are these people? They've got the clip of most of these players, but they have not seen the clip of others. They'll be surprised.
Yeah, it's all bounce back to the coaching crew. You know, some of our coaches are foreign-based. They don't actually watch our local matches. They don't know. Even
if they watch, they don't pick them.
They don't pick them.
If they pick them, they don't feature them.
That is the challenge. So most of them believes in big names and bringing big names. And actually, we are not seeing results. It's high time the pattern changed. And of course, we have a whole lot of good home-based players that can make Nigeria and give us that kind of winning we've deserved. And of course, you know, doing that, we actually put Nigeria on the map of good football, the way we used to be before. And just like you've said, let it be that this number is there, open, come and fight for it. Yes. Play the good one. And when you are good at this particular sport, and then, of course, that particular shirt will be given to whoever, no matter how big you are, no matter which club you play for. If somebody performs better than you, then you sit on the bench and let that person go and don the color of the Super Eagles. Just talking about the match that will be coming up between Nigeria and Sierra Leone this weekend. Eagles need to up their game, really. Nigerians are not really too happy with the way they play football. Something must be done with their mentality. They need to really up their antics there. Well, from there, let's really run through some transfer stories. Just yesterday, it has been confirmed that Jude Bellingham right now is a Madridista. Well, you call him Los Blancos or Los Merengues, as they call them. Jude Bellingham, Real Madrid are now signing midfielder on 6-year deal. He will right now be with them for the next 6 years. 103 million euro, 88.9 million pounds. What a whooping sum. Well, that is actually a whooping sum. I think Eden Hazard in 2019 got 150, and then this 19-year-old coming from to Real Madrid on 6 years, 6 years. Actually, it's a good career for him. And Jude Bellingham is expected to have a playing time. And of course, Real Madrid, this is the second most expensive signing after Eden Hazard, just like I said. And of course, he played his last match, 42 games he played, and he has 14 goals and 7 assists. So I think he's a good good career, it's a good way of coming in, and of course Real Madrid will make use of him, and he will have himself them reaching in good in the Real Madrid team.
Let's see what they will be doing there. Talking about the man that will be joining that team, Real Madrid, Jude Bellingham. Letting add some spice. After all, David Beckham also worked for it before he got it. Let's take the last straw on the show. That's to do with James Milner, the former Newcastle player, Liverpool player, right now confirmed to be joining Brighton. James Milner moved to Brighton, confirmed. Right now, he'll be joining them next at the American Express Stadium, and he'll be playing for Brighton. Good one for James Milner.
Yeah, I think Coach Roberto just made a good one. He'll be leaving ending of the month and then going to Brighton. It will also brighten his chances. From the English side, he's conversant with playtime and he's conversant with actually what it takes to be able to write his name in gold. So Brighton just make a good move, and that will give Brighton actually the kind of player that they needed to push up to the English Premier League.
Let's see what happens there concerning the English Premier League getting that man. That's James Milner. As we speak right now, Roberto De Zerbi will actually see how will I use this player. Let's see what happens there. A big one for Brighton getting James Milner. Fantastic player, very strong one. And to let you know also that EPL opening matches actually have been conducted. A lot of matches there. Chelsea, Liverpool. What will happen? Well, we'll be taking it that here in our subsequent edition of the show. Well, that will be it on 360 Sport on Trust TV. Amos Atinde, thanks so much for coming on the show.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here and good to be here.
On Trust TV.
On Trust TV, this is where we trust for the latest happenings. And of course, in 360 Sport, that's where you get a bit of sporting events, news, and updates. Keep watching.
Yeah, thank you so much, Amos Atinde there. I'm Adeni Gishafe. Sport is always business and fitness. Thanks for watching.